Good evening, assorted derogatory adjectives followed by an unflattering plural noun, and welcome to the Maggot Has Nothing Better to Do show. I am your host, the Beard Maggot. We've got a much better show than you deserve tonight. Nero Jack is going to be here, discussing his latest scheme to afford more hookers, and there may even be noticeable stretches of time where Frugal isn't talking.
You expect me to take that as bait, don't you? You and your pretentious sense of irony. You think you can get me to say something witty by saying I won't talk. Well, I'm not that easy to manipulate. Current situation accepted. I'm on to you.
Actually, it wasn't a pretentious sense of irony so much as a foolish sense of optimism. I was aware that you would jump in with some sort of defiant statement, but in a small, naive way, I still clung to the hope that you would think better of it.
So you're saying you're the one without any sense of pattern recognition?
You could look at it that way, but it's far more likely to end in your destruction than other interpretations you have at your disposal.
All of the other interpretations of our relationship that I can imagine involve you in a tight leather miniskirt. You really want me to switch to those?
To say you have problems would be like saying the galaxy has a few electrons in it.
But it doesn't just have a few. It has untold billions, even within the tiniest grain of... Oh. I can't believe how badly I just walked into that.
But it does put a brighter spin on the rest of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, which I use rhetorically because I know my listeners tend to be neither ladylike nor gentle, I am obligated to ask that you welcome Nero Jack. For those of you who still live in your parents' basements and think electricity is caused by demons, Nero Jack is the owner and operator of Jack Communications, which broadcasts the Tonight Was Yesterday Because You're Still Hungover and We Understand show, better known as the Hungover Tonight Show. His agent has pointed out on multiple occasions how much more money his show grosses than mine without ever offering a reason as to why I should care. Welcome to the show, Nero.
Yes, I really have to apologize for Cheryl. She really pushes everything she can to promote the show.
Sexually?
You don't have to answer that. Anyways, since you're a fellow show host, I'm not entirely sure how to proceed here. I mean, what? Should I mock you for making a habit of mocking your guests? I mean, what kind of sense would that make?
Oh, feel free. I probably deserve to be ribbed for some of the questions I've asked.
You, really don't want to say you want to be ribbed on this show. It'll be taken in the worst possible way.
Ooh, let me do it, Maggot. I bet I can make this review interesting.
Fine, knock yourself out.
Now, Nero, I notice your wife has an incredible rack. So I wanted to ask you what I think all of your fans really want to know, and that is, what does her breast milk taste like?
What the fuck, Frugal? I mean, how is he supposed to describe the taste? Is he going to say it's earthy with a subtle robustness?
No, just whether or not it tastes like malt whiskey. Because I've kind of got a bet going.
So I'm terrified to ask whether you're the one who bet for or against her nipples dispensing whiskey.
For. See, I've got this theory. You know from the size of her cans that she's got to be an ex-pleasure bogs girl. And they're genetically engineered to dispense all kinds of things from their boobs. There's a reason they can use the phrase cans on tap and not get yelled at. Now, I've seen the way Nero and his wife look at each other. They're genuinely in love. But Nero has one of the most stressful jobs in the galaxy. He's a talk show host. I mean, I co-host a show that only lasts for 5 minutes, and I figure if I only took 3 bullets in the spleen, that's a good day. But he's got, what, a whole half hour to wrangle with? When he gets home, there's only 2 things that are going to be on his mind. The tempting, sensual lips of self-inflicted death and booze. The only way he could possibly keep a marriage together with that kind of stress level is to combine the acts conducive to a healthy marriage, i.e. relentless shagging, and combine them with the self-medicating properties of getting hammered. Thus, I theorize that her breasts, or possibly her pores, must dispense some manner of alcoholic beverage during moments of heightened sexual arousal.
I'm not sure what terrifies me more. That you took the time to chain together a string of spurious logic that explains why his wife must dispense malt whiskey from her nipples, or that you actually managed to pull it off.
What can I say? It's a gift.
Maybe the kind that birds give to cars.
You're just jealous.
Jealousy and Frugal are mutually exclusive concepts in my mind. Hell, they're exclusive in everyone's minds. Just last week, I heard a woman whose husband and 2-year-old son had just died in front of her. And when I asked her how she felt about it, she said, "Well, at least I'm not Frugal."
Let's be fair here. This is the kind of woman you would be talking to. She probably had a direct hand in their deaths.
I didn't bother to ask, but given the circumstances, I suppose it was possible. Well, that's it for the Maggott Show this week. Tune in next time or be force-fed 900 pounds of Skittles. Ta!